Am I on? Is it time to go on? Can't you? I need some cues out here. I tell you what, we need some new employees for Rob Wagner. I tell you what, this is not right. This is not MMA Uncensored with Luke Sobiak. This is not Living Mile High with Shadow the Truth. This is the Michael Titus Show with yours truly, the Rocky Mountain Mouth Michael Titus, manager extraordinaire, the hardest working manager today in professional wrestling. I'm the manager of the Gold Standard, Michael Madoff, the Diamond Standard, Jason Knoll, the Big Mammoth Beast, Derek Stone from the Great White North, and my giant Chris Von Lohr, 6'7", 275 pounds, the greatest man living today in professional wrestling. And I don't care what the sister show, Full Nelson the Truth, the host of that show, says. He is not fat. He's not out of shape. He is in phenomenal shape. He's in better shape than he's ever been in his entire life. And I don't care what that halitosis and that bad body odor emanating from the jar of mayonnaise has to say. I'm telling you what, he is not Beaker. Chris Von Lohr is not Beaker. He is indeed a great and phenomenal wrestler. And I'm going to make him a star. And I am the Rocky Mountain Mouth Michael Titus, manager extraordinaire, the man who is going to make it straight to the top, because my dream is to be the manager in the main event at WrestleMania. No doubt about it. On today's show, we're going to be talking about ACW's show this past weekend, November 26th. We're also going to do a promotion profile on them. And then I have that exclusive interview with the superstar. You're going to hear him and all the things that's going on with him and what he is going to be telling you about what's going on with Danger Dean, what's going on with his title hunt for the ACW title, what happened to the NRW title. You're going to hear it all. And you're also going to hear about, in This Week in Wrestling History, then and now, the death of Hiro Matsudo, WCW Monday Night Nitro from November 29th, 1999, Monday Night Raw from November 29th, 1999. I'm going to be talking about that voluptuous, my pinup gal, Vicky Guerrero, and I'm also going to talk about WWE this week. So, this is the Michael Titus Show, and if I tell you what, if we had an individual behind the glass who knew what he was doing, we would get things going. So I'm going to talk to you right now about Asylum Championship Wrestling from this past Saturday night, November 26th. The opening contest was Rob Rison versus Wayne DeWayne. Now, what is interesting about this match is these two are phenomenal athletes. Rob Rison, this tall, lanky kid that likes to jump off the top rope, thinks that he's a Jeff Hardy. Now he's a one-man boy band. He's a teen heartthrob, and he's going up against the fitness guru, Wayne DeWayne. Now, these two fought to the ring, and they fought to the back. They're really, I don't even think Rodney Valdez, the referee officiating that match, knew what was going on. I don't even think he called for the bell. They just fought. It was a shame, because I expect much better from the two of them. But that's what happened. Then you have Trajan Ender versus Tony Morales. Tony Morales, he was victorious in this match because he goes out there and says that he has got a new plan. He is out for revenge. He is out to make a name for himself, because now that Father Jack Macidal is on a missionary trip, truth be told, he's actually out in Kansas City working for Metro Pro Wrestling, but that's beside the point. Since Father Jack Macidal is no longer here in the state of Colorado, Tony Morales feels that he doesn't have to be Anthony Morales. He doesn't have to wear the cleric's clothing. He doesn't have to abide by someone else's rules. Now he can do what he wants and do it his way. So he went out there and really planned on hurting people, and he really did a number on Trajan Ender, to the point where Trajan Ender's knee might be dislocated. It might be the MCL, the ACL, the BCL, all those ligaments are torn to pieces. I don't know what's going on. And his goal, Tony Morales, is to retire and make people quit from wrestling. It's unbelievable. Then after that, you had the superstar. He came out and he wanted to tell everyone about why he's been doing the things that he's been doing. He basically explained to the crowd that he is upset with Danger Dean. Danger Dean has been getting handouts. He has been getting everything handed to him on a silver platter. And he is just, Superstar is upset about that. He doesn't believe that that's the way it should be. And he wants to make things right. And now with his main event title match for that evening, he wanted to go out there and win the title. And that was what his plans were. But you see, he didn't understand that I have a goal in mind. I have a goal to where I wanted to run ACW. I wanted to remove Brandon Bishop from his reign of power, and I wanted to start putting cohesion back within the company. and everyone to be at peace with each other, or at least the way I think it should be peace. But I don't think that the superstar should be going off of the hothead, attacking Dean, even though I do believe that Dean has gotten everything handed on a silver platter myself. I just felt that Superstar didn't need to go around and start attacking people until it was time for his match. So I went out there and I calmed him down and I said, I understand that you're not in the commercials. You're not featured on the posters. You are not the guy in ACW. But you have your opportunity later on tonight to get that opportunity. And I'm going to be talking about more about this coming up. This is the Michael Titus Show right here on GoMileHigh.com.
GoMileHigh.com. Go Mile High.
You're listening to GoMileHigh.com. We may not be perfect, but we love sports. GoMileHigh.com. Colorado sports lifestyle. Catch your breath.
Looking for a place to watch your favorite NFL team on Sundays? Join me and the other Hooters girls. All day on Sundays, we have Coors Light and Miller Lite Big Daddies for $3.50. And you can score 20 wings and a pitcher of beer for just $20. Hooters has DirecTV's Sunday tickets, so you can catch every game. And while you're here, be sure to ask your Hooters girl how you can enter to win a brand new 42-inch TV. Stop by our Aurora location at 2610 South Parker Road, just off Havana and Parker. And check us out at Facebook.com/Hooters Colorado. Join me and make Hooters your home for NFL football all season long.
Go Mile High. You're listening to GoMileHigh.com.
Looking for a new place to play? Check out the new Colorado Sports and Fitness Guide. We bring Colorado athletes the best sports and fitness information from in and around the Denver metro area. Find leagues, teams, camps, clinics, tournaments, and training in the new Colorado Sports and Fitness Guide. Visit coloradosportsandfitness.com and make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for daily updates and specials from our sports and fitness providers. Remember, coloradosportsandfitness.com, the Colorado athletes' #1 resource for sports and fitness information.
Have you ever dreamed of being a karate master?
Hi, my name's Molly, inventor of the Karate Glove, and I have just 1.5 words for you. Hi-ya!
Chop wood, concrete, trees. It can even chop through these 8 guitars.
Hi-ya! Visit inventnow.org to get started on your invention. Anything's possible. Keep thinking.
Brought to you by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, the National Inventors Hall of Fame Foundation, and the Ad Council.
GoMileHigh.com. Are you freaking kidding me? GoMileHigh.com.
Welcome back to the Michael Titus Show right here on GoMileHigh.com. I think we've got all the kinks worked out. All right, thank you, Dave. Was wondering when you were going to cut that music. I give you the cut sign too many times, you might think somebody's going to commit suicide or something. I don't want that to happen. So anyway, talking about Asylum Championship Wrestling as I was talking about how the superstar was out at the ring. He was complaining that he was not the #1 guy in ACW when he feels that he should be because he works harder than everyone else and he's never taken a handout from anyone. And I had to go out there and explain to him that I understand how he feels. I understand his frustrations. I understand that he wants to be the #1 guy. And I feel that he wants to remove Dean from that power, Danger Dean from that position. But I told him he has to wait until the main event. That's where it needs to be settled for everybody to get their money's worth. If I'm going to be running this company, hopefully, that we need to have this resolved at the main event. He accepted that, and he went back to the back, and I went to the back. And that's what we did, and we took care of that because I had just barely cooled down Danger Dean in the back and told him that, hey, wait a minute. Do not go looking around for Superstar. Don't go around to try to attack him, Pearl Harbor him from the back. You don't need to do those kinds of things. Just wait until the main event. I'll talk to the Superstar. I'll calm him down, and we'll make sure that it's all resolved in the main event. Moving on, then there was this 8-person elimination match. Basically, it was full of jobbers as far as I was concerned. I mean, an old 90-year-old Sylvester, or what his name is, Azteca Guerrero, whatever his name is, from Mexico. Then you've got young punk kids and El Hoto Locos, and you know what that means if you speak Spanish. And you've got a bunch of weirdos. But basically, the whole match was supposed to be to declare the #1 contendership for the institutional title, which is currently held by the superstar, who's the longest reigning institutional champion of all time, 14 months, longer than anyone. He's possibly the greatest institutional champion that ACW has ever seen. And as a result of that match, Patrick McDaniel became the number one contender. Patrick McDaniel is a up-and-comer, a new face in ACW. He just came on the scene 1 month prior, and he's actually starting to make a name for himself. He's now the number one contender. He's making his name around. He was in IWF. He's in Primos. He's working in NEW. He's working all of the promotions, and he's trying to make a name for himself. He's another tall, lanky kid, likes to jump around, but he is as green as his tights. I mean, you got to admit that, and it's unbelievable. I mean, he was trained by a combination of rock and roll Buck Zumoff and Curtis Hughes down in Atlanta. Well, I've seen I've seen Buck Zumoff and Curtis Hughes work, and it's not that fun. It's not that exciting. So you can almost imagine how Patrick McDaniel works. But he's trying to make it his own from Killarney, Ireland, and he's trying to do something different, and I admire that. Doesn't mean I like the kid, just admire it. And then the next match was a absolute garbage match. They should have had trash cans out there, banana peels, half-eaten rotten apples out there. That match would have been better if they had that. Josh FX Evans, the man from the OC, the man who I have expounded upon his great abilities and his virtues on numerous occasions. But now he has fallen to the bottom of the barrel. He is what is considered gutter trash, bottom feeder. He went up against Johnny Crash. Johnny Crash, the man who looks like all the sand from the hourglass settled in the middle. It's unbelievable. Those two had a match, and FX wins, obviously. I mean, he's in better shape. What happened in that match afterwards was that Josh FX Evans got on the mic and said the reason he came out to Martin Casas's theme music, which was the Tough Enough theme music, was because he is upset over the fact that Martin Casas has left him by the wayside. Formerly known as Tristan Gallo, he left him by the wayside when they were Team Shake It, former ACW Tag Team Champions, what have you. And he feels that Martin Casas left him to go off to be the WWE Tough Enough participant, hurt his ankle, and no longer was allowed to compete in the Tough Enough competition. And now, evidently, it's breaking news that, Martin Casas left Josh FX Evans for the WWE, and he's going down to do tryouts in Florida and everything. I'm telling you what, it's like when the Full Nelson interviewed Vader. Vader is claiming that his son Jesse left him for the WWE. That is asinine, because the truth be told is Vader, if it wasn't for Vader, Jesse White would never have been able to get into the WWE. He is green as goose doo-doo, and he's just unbelievably a poor hand in the ring. But if it wasn't for Vader's backing, his good name, or at least what used to be good, now it's the old man has fallen and busting his butt on a medicine ball or those workout balls because he's too heavy to sit on them. It explodes right there in the gym. Anyway, enough about that. So that's what happened with FX and Crash. Then that little no-neck piece of garbage, another man whose sand settled in the middle, Richard Gustafson, took out CVL. Now, that's another thing. Why is Chris Von Lohr associating himself with a midget like that? I'll never know. He should be associating himself with an intelligent man like myself, a man whose hair is as tall as his height. You need to associate yourself with a good man like myself. And then you have Sam Udell. They go out there and they gloat, and they think that they're really somebody special, and that because Brandon Bishop hasn't made an appearance yet in the show, that he will eventually come, and that Richard now has the ability, he's got the power to make decisions within the company. As far as I'm concerned, he's a nobody. He's just basically a personal assistant. He has no business making any decisions whatsoever. And so he went out there and said, because Aaron the Candyman handcuffed himself to a kitchen sink, punched himself numerous times to give himself a black eye, hurt his neck and all that. He says that Aaron the Candyman did it to himself. I find that highly unlikely, because why would Aaron the Candyman do that to himself? Aaron the Candyman is no dummy. He's delusional, but he's not a dummy. He wouldn't do that to himself. So there, Richard is going out and speaking fallacies. He is false. He's the fallacious kid. And he thinks that now all of a sudden, because he's got this momentary lapse of power, that he can go out there and name who the new tag team champions are. Well, originally it was Michael Madoff and Aaron the Candyman. Aaron the Candyman did get momentarily injured, and then he went off to Mexico. So Michael Madoff is left alone, so he says, well, we're going to vacate the titles. Well, you can't vacate the titles. There's got to be another partner has to be named for Michael Madoff. Well, Richard Gustafson thinks he can just go ahead and name people and name who the new tag team champions are. I'm going to be talking more about this when we get back from the break. This is the Michael Titus Show right here on GoMileHigh.com.
Go Mile High. GoMileHigh.com.
Pack your bags.
There's
A
another
broadcasting
page spot.
school is looking for you to study in the USA. The Ohio Center for Broadcasting's Colorado campus is now accepting students from all over the world for its international training program in radio and TV. For more information, Skype us at BeOnAirUSA or visit beonair.com/USA. You can take classes in English or Spanish. In addition to getting hands-on experience in radio and TV, you will also get to enjoy an active lifestyle in beautiful and sunny Colorado. Our campus is located just an hour away from the mountains and within minutes from downtown Denver and footsteps to Belmar Shopping Center, complete with diverse dining, shopping, and entertainment options. For more information, Skype us at BeOnAirUSA or visit beonair.com/USA. Be on air and be in the USA.
GoMileHigh.com. Go Mile High.
Not only is the Full Nelson Go Mile High's first and only professional wrestling talk show, but we're also the new hotbed for special guests such as legendary wrestler Vader.
From the power of the Rocky Mountain, it's time. My son Jesse just quit on me. He let me know that the WWE had come calling, and so he had to quit. I told him he had a contract, and he said, well, sue me.
Tune to the Full Nelson every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, only on GoMileHigh.com. Catch your breath.
People have all kinds of excuses for not saving energy. I'll turn it off later, so we don't have those Energy Star appliances.
Well, maybe it's time to stop making excuses and save the energy and resources we can.
You just never know what people will need in the future.
We can all help save more energy for tomorrow. What's your excuse? For more energy-saving tips that also save money, visit loseyourexcuse.gov/parents. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy, the Ad Council, and this station.
Are you looking for the cheapest Bronco tickets you can find anywhere? Then go to GoMileHigh.com and click on the Our Partners tab. Type Denver Broncos into the search bar, and you can find the cheapest tickets to see the Broncos take on any team this season, home or on the road. If you're looking for sporting events, concerts, or theater tickets, we have great seats at unbelievable prices, all in one stop. All you do is go to GoMileHigh.com homepage and click on the Our Partners tab, and you can find the best tickets on the web. That's GoMileHigh.com for all your ticket needs. All right, welcome back to the Michael Titus Show right here on GoMileHigh.com. And as I was saying, I was talking about the ACW show on November 26th. So if you have a comment about independent wrestling or wrestling in general, you can give us a call at 720-258-8488, or you can instant message me on Facebook at the Michael Titus Show, leave a comment. You can like that page. You need to follow me on Twitter, Michael_Titus, or check out my website, themichaeltitus.com. ACW. So Richard Gustafson said that now Sam Udell and Chris Von Lohr are the new ACW Tag Team Champions. Well, wrong again, Blubberbutt. That's not how it's going to be. I went out there, and yes, I made some off-color remarks about his height, his weight, his intelligence, but hey, that's what I get paid to do. and I told him that I did receive a contract, but the contract didn't state which members of the Michael Titus Enterprises was competing or were named as the tag team champions. Therefore, it was Michael Madoff and myself. That's right, folks. I donned the tights. I put it on. I put the boots on. I laced up the boots, and I stepped in that ring, and I took on two of the toughest men that ever set foot in the ring in ACW. Over 6'6" tall, you have Sam Udell and Chris Von Lohr. Two giants, almost skyscraper-like. For at least Colorado, we got a bunch of midgets here, so, I mean, that's pretty tall for them. We took them on. And it all came down to Richard Gustafson tried to do it his best. He brought in chairs into the mix. He brought in everything but the kitchen sink that supposedly Aaron the Candyman handcuffed himself to. And Sam Udell and Chris Von Lohr did everything possible to defeat us. But in the end, Michael Madoff delivered the Death Valley Driver, and I delivered a big 747 splash right in the middle of the ring to declare us the new ACW Tag Team Champions. And if I find someone else, if Jason Knoll comes back from his food poisoning from Thanksgiving, if somebody else wants to be a part of Titus Enterprises, I will relinquish the title to them because I am not a wrestler, I am a manager, and that's where my skills lie. Then, Jeremy Quinn III. A man who was the multi-million-dollar man who came in and under a legal lawsuit, that's the type of suit that nobody ever wants or nobody ever wants to lose, went in and apologized to everyone. Apologized to Brandon Bishop, said that he lost his mind and that during his time in prison for tax evasion, that he was able to center himself, become more namaste and all those, hokey, holistic words that they use out there, saying that he found himself, he found religion, you name it, he thought he was a good person now. So he had to go out there and explain to the people that he was sorry, and he wanted to apologize to Brandon Bishop. Well, truth be told, Brandon Bishop decided he didn't want to come out then again. I don't know if he wasn't in the building. I don't know. I didn't really keep tabs on him because he's no concern of mine. He's just a brain-dead idiot. But Richard Gustafson and his band of wrecking crew decided to come out and lay a beat down on Jeremy Quinn. No surprise, Jeremy Quinn is a loser, so that's just the way things happen. He's no longer a multi-million-dollar man. He lost all of his money to taxes. The IRS, Uncle Sam, took it all from him. Then it was supposed to be the two university rejects, the guys that have been with ACW for like 5 years and have never learned a thing about wrestling, Tyler Hill and Victor Neary. They were supposed to have a one-on-one competition. Well, you know what? Then Brandon Bishop decided he would come in, and he said that it was not going to be that way. It was going to be a handicap match. Tyler and Victor versus Brandon Bishop. Well, as Brandon Bishop always does, he makes every one of his matches Asylum Rules matches to where he has to bring every weapon known to man, ladders, chairs, tables, ring bells, everything. He brings them all out there. As a result, he did really decimate both of them to the point where he actually threw a ladder at Victor Neary and it knocked one of his teeth out. Because Brandon Bishop doesn't care about people. He doesn't care about them at all. He doesn't care what's going on with them. He just wants to hurt people. So he won that match. Well, then Brandon Bishop decides that he would be a smart man and he was going to call me out to the ring. So he called me out, and for what seemed like an eternity, he cried, complained. He basically told me that the wrestlers, the announcers, the refs, the crews, they all had used and abused and disrespected him for years, and now it's no fun for him anymore. So he turned the company over to me. Now I am the owner of ACW. We're going through the business documents and changing the names over and all that kind of stuff. But I believe that his experience as a business owner would have been different, if his approach to business, life, and human interaction was different. And I don't know how he can expect to be praised and worshipped for being an all-around total jerk. But that's all in the past. Because you know what's going to happen? It's 2012 on the horizon, and Colorado wrestling will finally change for the better. Because I am personally on a crusade. So I already took out Brandon Bishop. I'm also on another crusade to take out Swan Christopher of NRW. I want to own NRW. I want to make it one large promotion for the state of Colorado, and if I have to, I will go in and take over UWA and Primos at the same time. It doesn't matter. But that's for another date and time for me to discuss my plans of dominating the Colorado indie wrestling scene. And when we come back from the break, I'm going to be talking about that epic main event from Saturday night, ACW, Superstar versus Danger Dean. So stay tuned for more of the Michael Titus Show right here on GoMileHigh.com.
Go Mile High. You're listening to GoMileHigh.com.
It's that moment when a person becomes something greater than themselves. The sports talk show host sets up to the microphone. He knows the pressure is on to deliver a spectacular performance. He drops back, hands a toss to his co-host. His co-host tosses back. It's a flea flicker. The host bombs it down the field, and the audience receives a touchdown. Oh my goodness, I can't believe what just happened.
We love sports, and we love to talk about it. GoMileHigh.com. Colorado sports lifestyle.
Catch your breath.
When you think of horses and insurance, you probably think of hurdles. At Equisure, they pride themselves on giving you a smooth ride because Equisure employs insurance people who are horse owners, competitors, and equestrian participants. The unexpected in the horse world can be costly. Don't wait to have a claim to find out. Equisure. Protect your passion. To get a quote, visit equisure-inc.com or call 800-752-2472. Equisure. 800-752-2472.
Broadcasting from Belmar, Lakewood, Colorado. GoMileHigh.com.
Welcome to the Press Box. You basically trade away Jay Cutler for Kyle Orton and some draft picks, and then you draft a quarterback.
Recorded live in Lakewood, Colorado, the Press Box is your source for online sports news and updates.
I just had an awesome thought on the radio right there. That was just great.
Daily, 3 to 5 p.m.
You can say yourself.
I mean,
take it easy out.
Yeah, I am probably the best player.
1, your roof collapses. 2, Hurricane Katrina. 3, terrorist attacks. And then 4, lightning.
The Press Box, 3 to 5 p.m. on GoMileHigh.com.
I wasn't going to school because I was just making money stealing cars.
Well, I was 10 when I first got involved with drugs. I skipped school because, nobody cared.
When I first got pregnant, school was not important to me, so I dropped out.
I just thought the only way I can make something out of my life is that if I get an education.
I still need to go to school to make it for myself.
Stay in school. Give yourself a chance.
I think I'm happier now. I know I'm happier now.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Michael Titus Show right here on GoMileHigh.com. And if you've got any comments, questions, or concerns about Colorado indie wrestling or wrestling in general, post a comment on my Facebook page, The Michael Titus Show, where you should like it. You need to follow me on Twitter, Michael_Titus, and check out my website, TheMichaelTitus.com, or give us a call at 720-258-8488. And as I was saying before we went to break, Superstar versus Danger Dean, the main event from Asylum Championship Wrestling this past Saturday night for the ACW title. It was a hard-fought battle. Superstar hurt his knee in the match. Danger Dean felt that he had Superstar right where he wanted him, but Superstar was almost ready to prevail at the end. But you know what? Superstar's temper got the better of him, and he just started pummeling Danger Dean. So people, crew, everybody started to stop him. Buddha, Otye. He comes out and he's, Blubberbutt himself comes in and he gets a super kick to the face. The referees get super kicked. Carl Owens, the interim ring announcer for the night, gets in the ring. But he got scared. He turned tail and run. He thought discretion was the better part of valor. So I go out there and I try to calm him down. And momentarily I calmed him down. But you know what? His hot head, his temper, kicked me in the side of the head, too. I tell you what, Michael Madoff was really concerned about me. He thought maybe my neck was fractured or something like that. I know what's going on. I know how to protect myself. But the Superstar did not prevail in that match. We were all on the precipice of greatness, and I got my opportunity. I am now the owner of ACW, and if I have anything to do with it, the Superstar will get a rematch. It may not be the next show, but it will be sometime, and I know that he has what it takes to become the next ACW champion. So I'm going to talk to you briefly about ACW, the history about it. It started November 2001 at the Asylum Concert Club in Lawton, Oklahoma. It was originally owned and operated by Brandon Bishop, and their shows were run on Mondays, before and after Monday Night Raw. When the club changed ownership in April of 2002, Brandon moved the company to Wichita Falls, Texas, and I think they were doing it at a Graham station at that particular point in time. And they were also working with IZW, which was the new promotion in Lawton, Oklahoma at the time. And they continued for about 4 or 5 years, and until they moved to Colorado Springs in August of 2006. And their first champion ever was Seven on August 9th, 2002. And I believe when they declared that first championship was when they declared what was to be their anniversary date was in August of 2002. And the professionals, this John Zorthos and Julian Wollenbarger, were the first ever tag team champions. They were declared that on September 24th, 2002. And already they've got a Hall of Respect. Haven't been around for even 10 years yet, and they already got a Hall of Respect. Bobcat O'Malley, Seven, Angel Williams, the Big Phony, Chris Matthews. That's not their real names. Those are just what I call them. You have Peyton Scott, Ty Magnus, and they even had a Cookie Man before the Candy Man was even, before his inception. And they actually, this is one thing that I didn't understand, is they actually killed off Peyton Scott. The newspapers and everything, the whole town believed it. They thought it was hilarious, and then when they brought him back, people just thought it was in bad taste, and they got a bad reputation for a while for that. Dr. Death Steve Williams, a legendary wrestler in his own right, who just recently died of throat cancer a couple of years ago, after 27 years of wrestling, he decided to hang up the boots in the ACW ring on August 15th, 2009. It was the 7th anniversary. ACW has seen its up and downs. It's been at the Phil Long Expo Center, the City Auditorium, the Double Eagle Hotel and Casino in Cripple Creek. Then they went to a garage. Now they're at the Hillside Community Center. They're famous for their Asylum Rules match. And Danger Dean is the ACW champion. Superstar is indeed the institutional champion. And Michael Madoff and myself are the tag team champions. Real briefly, I want to mention that tonight on the Full Nelson, from 7 to 9 p.m., Bull Buchanan will be calling into the show. We all know who Bull Buchanan is. Former rap star with John Cena. A couple of weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, he said some horrible things about John Cena. He's got some, bridges to burn and all those types of things. He's got a lot of things to get off his chest. So he's going to be saying a lot of those things later on tonight. But in this week in history, on November 27th, 1999, Hiro Matsudo died. Hiro Matsudo, a legendary wrestler, trainer of Hulk Hogan, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, Lex Luger, Ron Simmons, and many others. He was one of those stiff trainers that if he could beat you up and you came back the next week, he knew that you were really determined and had the guts to be in this business. He worked in Japan. He's been a tag team champion, a world champion, a junior heavyweight champion. He's worked for the Jim Crockett Promotions. He had feuds with Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. He was the master of the Japanese Sleeper, which is the Cobra Clutch. He was a manager for a while, and he worked as the Japanese agent for the Four Horsemen. And then he died of liver cancer and colon cancer at the age of 62. But what's surprising about him is that he was able to still do hundreds of squats and push-ups. And I tell you what, I would like to get to all of this stuff about Monday Night Raw and WCW Monday Nitro from November 29th, 1999, but we just don't really have the time. I'm going to let you know that, surprisingly enough, Monday Nitro actually was at the Pepsi Center, brand new Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado, right here, so that was something new. And then, of course, Monday Night Raw was at the Staples Center, was a brand new building for Los Angeles. There was a lot of epic things that happened that night. Not so much on WCW, but in WWE, it was the night that Test married Stephanie McMahon, or was supposed to, but then it found out that Triple H actually drugged her and married her at a quickie marriage in Las Vegas. And then, Vicky Guerrero She's brash, outspoken, and she knows what she wants. And she gets whatever she wants, and that's why she's got the United States champion Dolph Ziggler. And she's on her way to making Jack Swagger into a champion, and she's going to be looking to build her stable of wrestlers, just like I would like to build a stable of wrestlers in the WWE. But if you want to find out more about what's going on in the WWE, stay tuned for the Full Nelson Show later on tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where they'll have Bull Buchanan on the show. Stay tuned for more of the Michael Titus Show right here on GoMileHigh.com.
Go Mile High. GoMileHigh.com.
Hey, Jim. What's cracking?
What's up, Marcus? Not much. Just trying to get these TPS reports done. But since we can't listen to the radio here at work, I miss out on what's happening with all the sports that are going on, and listening clears my mind a bit. Plus, with having the big boss always walking around checking our monitors, I can't be reading stories.
Yeah, that is true, but you can always listen online.
Where?
Point your browser to GoMileHigh.com and then just minimize your browser. Go Mile High offers more than the same run-of-the-mill sports banter that's on the radio. They have a huge variety of content that you won't get anywhere else.
Yeah, but you know my taste. I'm just not into the 4 major sports.
Then perfect. Go Mile High caters to everyone. Horse enthusiasts, gearheads, MMA and Philly fans, plus tons more.
Seriously? I think I just found my new favorite station.
Also, to add to the epicness, Go Mile High has the Colorado Kings ABA basketball home games on Sundays and talks with Coach Eric on the Colorado Kings Coaches Show on Fridays.
All that on GoMileHigh.com? I'm checking that out right now.
When you think of horses and insurance, you probably think of hurdles. At Equisure, they pride themselves on giving you a smooth ride because Equisure employs insurance people who are horse owners, competitors, and equestrian participants. The unexpected in the horse world can be costly. Don't wait to have a claim to find out. Equisure. Protect your passion. To get a quote, visit equisure-inc.com or call 800-752-2472. Equisure. 800-752-2472.
Go Mile High. You're listening to GoMileHigh.com.
Looking for a new place to play? Check out the new Colorado Sports and Fitness Guide. We bring Colorado athletes the best sports and fitness information from in and around the Denver metro area. Find leagues, teams, camps, clinics, tournaments, and training in the new Colorado Sports and Fitness Guide. Visit coloradosportsandfitness.com and make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for daily updates and specials from our sports and fitness providers. Remember, coloradosportsandfitness.com, the Colorado athletes' #1 resource for sports and fitness information.
There once was a boy wizard whose name was Larry Smarter.
Larry, why weren't you in Professor Dinky Doodle's mythical creature classification class?
Well, I'm taking Algebra 2 in a foreign language.
Oh, so you can talk to unicorns?
Not exactly, unless they're French.
Larry wanted to go to college, so he visited knowhowtogo.org to find the classes he really needed. Getting into college doesn't happen magically. Learn more at knowhowtogo.org.
Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation for Education, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Michael Titus Show, right here on GoMileHigh.com. All right, real briefly, I want to let you know that I've got an exclusive interview with the superstar. He's from Paradise Valley, Arizona, 5'11" tall, 175 pounds. He's 21 years old. He's an avid wrestling fan, studies wrestling intensively. He's quite honestly the greatest wrestling thesaurus and historian since Howard Finkel, legendary ring announcer for the WWE. He started in wrestling in December of 2008. He was an ACW play-by-play commentator. Real briefly, for one time only, he was an RMCW timekeeper. He was a ring announcer for 2 times for the Northern Colorado Championship Wrestling. He's worked for all the major promotions. He started training in June of 2009, Asylum Championship Wrestling, Amarillo Elite Wrestling, Primo's Hardcore Wrestling, Ultra Championship Wrestling, Zero out in Utah, NRW, IWF, NEW, UWA, MWA, and he's the current and longest reigning ACW institutional champion of all time, 14 months. He's a former ACW Tag Team Champion, former NRW Champion, and right now he is in a heated battle with Danger Dean, who I think looks like Mick Foley, with long, scraggly hair, a scruffy beard. All he's missing is flannel and sweatpants over that ACW title. I tell you what, he's the hardest working wrestler in Colorado, and here is his interview right now. We can play it right now.
Hello, everyone.
Michael Titus here for the Michael Titus Show, and I have an exclusive interview with the Superstar. Superstar, you're one of the premier wrestlers here in the state of Colorado, and after the fallout from Asylum Championship Wrestling this past Saturday, I wanted to come and get an exclusive interview with you, and I want you to tell all the fans listening to my show a little bit about yourself, what your hopes and aspirations in wrestling, and what you're currently doing to attain those goals and aspirations.
Well, first of all, I'd like to apologize for kicking several innocent bystanders Saturday night. Heat of the moment. Couldn't believe the call by the referee, McLovin, disqualifying me after everything that Dean got away with during that match it's a little suspicious to me as to the outcome of that matchup. But I'm sure with the new higher-ups in charge of ACW Asylum Championship Wrestling that I will be getting a rematch for the ACW title in the very near future. But I am the Superstar. I'm 21 years old, and I am the best in the state of Colorado wrestling. And if you don't believe me, just go to a show and be a judge of yourself, because let me tell you something. If you've seen the rest, you're ready for the best, and that's me. And anybody can attest to it. It'd be you, isn't that right, Michael Titus?
I can attest to that, yes, and that is mostly because it has been divulged. It's come out. It's no longer a secret anymore. We are brothers. You are Andrew Titus. We kept that secret so that nobody would assume that, I'm have an influence over you, have an influence over me, that there's some kind of nepotism, conspiracy between the two of us. We wanted to keep things separate because you are the wrestler, I am the manager, and we're two separate entities, and that's the way it needs to stay.
And I will continue to be referred to as the Superstar, not because of the fact to hide my name, because that's not needed. It's the fact that I am the only person in the state of Colorado that's ever going to achieve superstardom. That's why I'm named the Superstar, and that's not being cocky, it's not being arrogant, it's just a matter of fact. You don't believe me, ask a wrestling legend like Pat Tanaka. He'll tell you I'm the only one in this state with the goods.
All right, so now, what are your hopes and aspirations? I mean, what is your goal? I mean, what do you want to attain within the world of wrestling?
Well, what's the ultimate goal for everybody? They always say they always want to be in the main event of WrestleMania. Everybody says they want to be in the WWE. But how many people actually work towards it? How many people actually believe that they can be there? You look at it, you look around, and there's not too many people that are willing to make the sacrifices, that are willing to do the work. 21 years old. Every day, if it doesn't involve working out at the gym, it's involving training, it's involving studying film, it's trying to get better and trying to become the very best, not just in the state of Colorado, it's trying to become as good as I could possibly be, so that maybe one day I will live my dream, and that's being in the WWE.
And where are you currently working? I mean, which promotions are you working so that maybe some of the fans can come out and see you, and at the same time see how hard you're working, see the payoff that you're doing in the gym and everything that's it's transforming your body, you're getting muscles, you're doing everything, and you're working harder in the ring than everyone else. Where can they come to see you to do that?
You can see me at ACW down in Colorado Springs. You can see me at NRW in Littleton, Colorado at Fun City. You can see me at NEW up in Golden, Colorado. And occasionally I will be at UWA in Fort Collins. And as always, we travel around Texas, New Mexico, all over the place. Utah, you name it. I'm going there. I'm trying to get better, trying to learn my craft as best as I can. And it's not, like I said, I don't have an issue with the fans or anybody in particular. It's just Danger Dean is the problem in ACW. It's not a matter of me turning my back on the people. It's never been a matter of that. It's just about Danger Dean and him being continuously handed things, and I don't feel that's right. I don't feel like you should be getting let off with such easy... He does... I don't even want to get into it right now about Dean and me. If you don't know the issues, just go to a show and you'll find out right there what the problem is between me and Dean. Somebody who works their whole life for it, and somebody who picked up a microphone in the studio and said, "Hey, I want to be a wrestler, y'all." And the DJ gets his way, I guess. But our score is yet to be settled, and you can surely bet that it will be one day, and it'll be with me coming out as the ACW champion.
Well, and as you know now, that Brandon Bishop, he couldn't handle it. He couldn't cut the mustard, and he all of a sudden just said, I kept pestering and bribing him to get rid of give me the company because I know I could run it better. So he finally did. He broke down and finally gave it to me. And I saw from the very minute that I stepped foot in ACW that there was a conspiracy between Brandon Bishop and Danger Dean. Danger Dean says that there was no conspiracy. They were just friends at one particular point in time, but I think it was a little bit more. There was some little hand payoffs or something going on so that Danger Dean would become a two-time ACW champion. And if anything is self-evident, I think that under the new regime of me, I think we're going to change some things up and make it for the better. And I really believe that I'd like to see you as ACW championship, but I think that's almost beneath you at this point. You're working towards bigger and better things. You should be a world heavyweight champion. You should be the WWE champion. You shouldn't have to settle for second best or even the D standard, which is Colorado. You need to be on a higher level, and wouldn't you agree with me on that?
Oh, absolutely, but the point of being the ACW champion is to take it away from another undeserving champion. And, the conspiracy is definitely there. Brandon Bishop and Danger Dean, they go way back. Friends with benefits and all that. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. And, they say there was animosity between them. I don't believe it. If you ever saw them after the shows and everything, they're always high-fiving, giving each other low fives, high fives, back scratch. It was always Danger Dean and Brandon Bishop's show, and now finally maybe things will change to where other people get the chance to shine that they always deserved.
Well, I want to thank you very much for this exclusive interview. I know that things have been very rocky for you lately, trying to overcome some of the obstacles in ACW, trying to get your name out there into the other promotions. Some people not thinking that you're big enough, you're not good enough for the ring, but you've been proving them time and time again that you're so much better than the rest. And you are what you say you are, and you are the best in the state of Colorado. And I want to thank you once again. Thank you, Superstar.
You're welcome, and that's why they call me the Superstar.
All right, folks, stay tuned for more of the Michael Titus Show on GoMileHigh.com.
Go Mile High. You're listening to GoMileHigh.com.
Is this broadcasting really ready for the big show? The radio host steps up to the mic and clears his throat. The co-host winds up. Oh, and the host knocks it high and deep towards the center speaker. Home run! Home run! The callers go completely crazy and the phones light up.
We love sports, and we love to talk about it.
GoMileHigh.com.
Colorado sports lifestyle.
Catch your breath.
Hi everyone, it's the mortgage team of Jennifer and Matt with American Liberty Mortgage, here to talk about renovation loans. There's no need to do the renovation work yourself when you can have a contractor do it and get it done in a required period of time.
With Fannie Mae's Home Path loan and FHA's 203K loan, you can have the renovation work done for you and have the cost rolled into the loan. Call the mortgage team of Jennifer and Matt for more details about the Home Path renovation and FHA 203K loans at 303-901-6042.
That's the mortgage team of Jennifer and Matt at 303-901-6042.
Go Mile High. You're listening to GoMileHigh.com.
Welcome to the Press Box. You basically trade away Jay Cutler for Kyle Orton and some draft picks, and then you draft a quarterback.
Recorded live in Lakewood, Colorado, the Press Box is your source for online sports news and updates.
I just had an awesome thought on the radio right there. That was just great.
Daily, 3 to 5 p.m. You can say yourself.
I mean,
take it easy out.
Yeah, I am probably the best player.
1, your roof collapses. 2, Hurricane Katrina. 3, terrorist attacks. And then 4, lightning.
The Press Box, 3 to 5 p.m. on GoMileHigh.com.
Finally.
Honey, they had 34 shades of white paint. It was a tough decision.
So what'd you get?
Ultra Premium Puffy Cloud White.
And that'll match?
I have no idea. Look, there's another can in the car. I just want to sit.
Are you all right?
Oh.
2 out of 3 people with diabetes die of a heart attack or stroke. But you can lower the risk. Ask your healthcare provider how. For more info, go to diabetesactnow.org. Brought to you by the American Diabetes Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Michael Titus Show right here on GoMileHigh.com. It's a sunny afternoon in Lakewood, Colorado, in the Belmar area. Unfortunately, tomorrow is probably going to be snowy and icy and cold. You never know because the meteorologists don't know what they're doing. They go to school for 15 years and they still don't know what's going on. They're like doctors. But that wraps up this edition of the Michael Titus Show. The upcoming show dates is this Sunday night. It's Primo's Hardcore in Wrestling, where there will be an epic and monumental battle between the Grinch and Santa Claus himself. Who will be impersonating the Grinch and Santa Claus? You will just have to find out. You will have to go to Castleman's Bar and Venue in downtown Denver. It's near Coors Field. You should check it out. It's going to be Sunday, December 4th, 7 p.m. start time. You don't want to miss it. Then, the following Sunday is NEW, New Era Wrestling, Sunday, December 11th. What's going to be happening? Will Bomb Squad be there? Will there be a formation of Bomb Squad? Will the Truth actually get an opportunity to go out there and manage Black Ops? I don't know. We're going to have to pay off Stephen Powers to make that happen. But the Truth, if he really wants it, he's going to have to knuckle down and get the job done. Put his ear to the grindstone and get something going. And I think Stephen Powers will be more than willing to make something happen if he can see those greenbacks, those Ben Franklins, the Benjamins. If he sees them, I know that something's going to happen. So the Truth, if he wants Bomb Squad to happen, he better make sure that Stephen Powers is aware of what he wants. Make sure that Bomb Squad, make sure that the Black Ops is managed by the Truth, and then Jason Knoll will just make his way to it. My Diamond Standard. And we've already been to the Diamond Exchange. I've already taught Jason Knoll what it means to be a diamond. Diamonds are forever, and so am I, and so shall he be, and that's why I'm making him better. I've talked to Diamond Dallas Page on the phone, and I know what it takes to become the Diamond Standard, and I know that Jason Knoll now knows it. So he's a new and improved, a more charismatic individual, and he is going to just go skyrocketing in the ranks of professional wrestling here in the state of Colorado. But you don't want to miss, like I was saying, The Truth and Consequence on the Full Nelson tonight on GoMileHigh.com when they have their special guest, Bull Buchanan. And as far as next week goes for the Michael Titus Show, I believe I will have an exclusive interview with Chris Von Lohr. So, you better like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, check out my website, and you better listen live to GoMileHigh.com, because up next, it's On the Pitch with Dave and Ronnie. Have a good day. Goodbye.